It's raining today, so for safety's sake I'm going to do some inside jobs. The first one that I'd like to do is to put my front door and its fixed panel up, but following my own building guidelines I'm not going to do that door first. Instead I'm going to do a second door out the back here which goes on the laundry. Same sort of door construction, goes in the opening here at the top of the stairs. And I'm going to use a technique that I've shown in a couple of my other renovation videos, where instead of just putting up the door frame and then putting the door in it, I'm going to build the door frame around the door and then erect the door with the frame around it in one piece. That way I make sure that the frame is flat and square in every direction. To be able to handle the 3.5 metre long WeatherTex boards on my own, when I was fitting these boards, I'd put a 4-inch nail in a wall stud at one end of the plank. That enabled me to rest the plank on there, fix the other end, come back, take the nail out and drop the other end down. But putting in this bottom plank that goes where the scaffolding joists temporarily were brings its own problems, because it's got to go up underneath, and I can't put a nail in underneath it to hold it. And even if I could drive a nail into the mortar, that still wouldn't work, because the plank, unlike the other one, doesn't drop down. This one, because it's the bottom plank, has to slide in underneath and go up, and then it's got to be able to slide sideways to lock into the weather strip joining piece that goes down there. So I've had to come up with a way of doing that on my own. Enter the jig. This is a bit of strapping line. I've bent that so it clips around the top plate. Put the board in place below the other one and bend the end up. And that will sit there quite easily. I can move, I'll put a second one up the other end, a second jig, and then I can slide the plank sideways to push it into the joining strip, and then just lift the plank up and lock it in at the correct level with the other one. To get the jig out, all I do is bend the tab down, push it up and pull it out from the inside. As I said before, I'm a great believer in jigs. That's great.